we would need 4 people for a holiday.
Yep, every holiday. But yeah, you can look at the prior years. It's a little, we spent 20,000, almost 20,000. This year we're under closer to 14.
Just looking at history, I'd say the 18 is more a better guess.
Yeah, and if we're down staff, then it'll be lower.
Okay.
Okay, compensated absences, same thing as on the other one.
Mm-hmm. That one's good.
Retirement, all of that. The only difference again is 413-2. This is 19.3 Justice Fund. They have VIBA. I did not.
Okay.
Okay. Lori, on the salary for the jailers, which I think we should change that to deputies. So the jailer is actually an inmate that works certain jobs, but I noticed there's a $169,000 reduction there.
So she added it here.
Is that okay?
The new hires.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all in here.
Yeah.
We put in, and I believe you guys did too, for like the medical for the new hires. We put them at the top of the most expensive family.
Okay.
So it's already budgeted.
So it's budgeting. Right. You get, we have to do that.
Okay, so then that brings us down to, now we're on page 9. We've just finished benefits because the rest of it you can't negotiate on it. It just is what it is. Yeah. So we're at 439 travel.
Okay.
I don't know what we do for travel.
we used to like track it separate but now we've just been doing it out of training. Travel. Usually, anytime we travel, it has to do with training. We don't just travel to travel. So,
for like if they're flying someplace or renting a car or they're driving to Boise.
Yeah, even if we go to the sheriff's.
Okay, so then we're zeroing that out.
Even the sheriff's conferences is training. We get training hours when we're there.
So let's just do 0 on that.
Yep.
Okay. Unless that's travel for taking an inmate from point A to point B.
No.
Okay. Office supplies.
It's the same.
Miscellaneous
supplies.
And miscellaneous supplies. Miscellaneous supplies, we have gun accessories, keys and fob, wristbands, furniture, office stuff, batteries, cash drawer and account, snow brush, furnace filter, lockbox safe, storage boxes, shipping, outside umbrella, box fan, and maintenance supply, and a Frigidaire that came out of miscellaneous.
So kind of like the other one, or some things.
Right.
Yeah.
There's one or two that could go in the building, probably.
And we've got 9-volt batteries, an extended snow brush, a gun rack, doormats, chair mat, file cabinet, pegboard. Am I in the right one?
Which one?
I think you're in the wrong one.
Is that what I'm doing it? Sorry. No, we're on.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, I was.
No.
Am I still right? Pegboard, air filter, keypad safe, latch storage box, grip sleeve for a Glock, Frigidaire from Walmart at accent table, marker paint, shipping costs. Yeah, and mounting tape and a Glock magazine. So it's extremely random and nothing makes any sense. So some of those things, keys and fob for wristband. I mean, keys that should be under like your building maintenance.
Yeah, the fob.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
he's just doing it under the jail because
Right.
he got it for his deputies. But
furniture should go under the office furniture line or whatever. Then there is office stuff. Batteries, again, we need to
I
find
think,
a
I think
place.
the problem is the jail lines are more limited, and then there's a lot of. So when they buy something specifically for the jail, there's not anything that. it
Well,
falls
but a lot of that, some of that, we
under. Yeah, we could go to office.
office supply, miscellaneous, maintenance, and we have an other jail expense.
No.
It's like nothing clear enough for anybody to be able to code anything correctly. So we just need to tighten that up, and I think,
You want to get together and do that with the
we
other
do,
jail
Yeah,
because, and then
those two. Yep.
Okay.
we'll
Okay.
do a
So then that way
diagram.
it kind of
Yeah, none of us
helps you
have ever
guys.
liked those lines, so they've been that
Right.
way since we.
And I
took
don't
over.
want,
Well,
I don't want any of us being accused of misappropriating money.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Because if somebody looked at this, they're going to be like, what? I mean,
Right. And that's the whole reason for all of it.
Right.
And I don't.
I do believe that you do need a miscellaneous supply and it needs to
Yes.
be, you
'Cause
know,
something
a
random's
500.
gonna happen.
Absolutely, something random's going to come up. Okay, secure juvenile hold.
Did you just kind of do an average off of 2 years?
Yeah, it just,
Yeah, we're.
I think
over-
it's real random, isn't it?
Well, yeah, no, it's totally based on the amount of
Right.
juveniles that we end up arresting, and
Mm-hmm.
but if you get one juvenile on a serious crime,
Mhm.
then the price has gone up so exponentially. I can't even remember what they're charging us per day, but it's
Yeah.
like a couple $100 or something per day.
Mhm.
Yeah. If you get one that commits a serious crime and he's in there for 6 months or whatever, he or
Right.
she, it's
It's big
you'll
deal.
eat it all up. Yeah, and then some.
So I think to date, does that, well, at least as of the 4th, you'd spent nearly 27,000.
Yeah, I have right here 20, almost 30,
Almost.
29,850.
Okay.
The prior year we had a low year of 17, but
Mhm.
then the year before that was 40.
Mhm.
Just we think we can go like 5,000 under what we were.
35?
Yeah, I mean, we can always come to
Mhm.
the BOCC if needed.
Yeah. Yeah, that's just another one of those we can't control.
What do you guys think? Leave it
35.
35.
35.
35 or?
You don't have to
well,
open everything just because it goes over. I mean,
Right.
You have to watch that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just because the line
Exactly.
is red doesn't mean you go, oh.
Exactly. But it also is good for tracking, so you know what happened
Right.
this year for next year's budget.
So we're going to leave it at 28?
35.
Okay. All right, next line telephone. It looks like,
I have 39,
okay. That's probably what it is.
but I still need to check that the sheriff's phone plan. So make sure.
Yeah.
If I see that drastically changes, I'll let you
Yeah,
know.
we-
If it changes a tad, may I just change it?
Yeah, for the jail we didn't add nearly.
Yeah.
We didn't give all the deputies phones like we did for patrols.
It's just supervisors and the doctor phone.
Yeah.
Okay. Vehicle expense.
So can you describe that category a little bit? Is that the jail vehicles?
That's the
Yep.
jail transport vehicles.
transport.
Yep.
The
Whether
van.
whether it needs
How
fire
many do they have? How many vehicles do they have?
3.
Were some of those new?
They have one new one.
Is that the one that's for transport?
Yeah, that's our main one. Occasionally, we're still utilizing the old Crown Vic. And then we try to only use the big jail van as needed because it's a gas guzzler, and that's more for like your 4 or 5 prisoners a trip.
So, and what about fuel? I don't see a fuel line
Yeah, the fuel actually all comes out of the same
out
sheriff
of the
budget.
same one.
Yep.
Undersheriff,
Hmm.
Cartwright's vehicle was transferred over to the jail as well.
Well, is it?
Well, if you just look at history on vehicle expense, there's no way we're gonna make 3,500. But we're gonna go over budget if we keep using it the way you've been using it, so. Looks like it's still probably gonna be $7,000 or $8,000.
Yeah, we're at 5,100 right now.
So didn't we get a brand new van though too?
We got just a brand new
Durango.
transport Durango.
Transport, okay.
Yep.
Okay. Is that?
So that's mainly what they're using
Okay.
most of the time for transports.
Mm-hmm.
But anytime they have more than 2 prisoners, they got to take the van. So our runs every Tuesday to Kootenai, typically they're taking the van
Okay.
because that's the state transport day.
And that's the big van.
Yep.
That's like the 90.
Yeah, it's like
It's
maybe a 2000 or something
Yeah,
Ford
okay.
van.
It's been there as long as I have
It's
been.
got the V10, gets like
Little
4
bit
miles a
more
Oh, it's
gallon.
got a V10.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like the party van.
Yeah.
It's the mystery van. So what number are you guys wanting on that?
I'm not really sure how the maintenance has been going, so I'll defer to your.
Okay. Just tracking what we're doing this year. I'm thinking maybe we had a little less maintenance because we got the newer vehicle in the fleet, and I think 6 would be reasonable for.
Okay.
Okay, medical drug testing pre-employment. I kept the same.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, we went up. They requested 2,000, and they were doing the, if they hire 4 people. Then equipment maintenance.
700.
Equipment maintenance. What is that?
Yeah.
When you figure it out, let me know.
I was gonna say, I don't think I've got that one
There's a $500 in there. I don't know what we use it for. Look.
So
I'll look into that and see
Yeah.
what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine it's probably something that can go into a different line.
Okay.
But we'll look exactly what that's one I didn't print off.
okay. And then we just have a maintenance line.
Mm-hmm. And what's that for?
Yeah. Is that?
Oh, might. I
Yeah.
might.
That's going into just general maintenance in the jail.
Okay.
Like fixing a lock or.
Yep.
Is it like $5,300 spent or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, like a big chunk of that was plumbing, like $2,700 worth of plumbing.
Yeah, I actually have to get some of those to Colleen because they'd be part of the grant money actually.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I have a binder right now of receipts I need to get her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the biggest share of that was definitely.
Okay.
Oh.
If the biggest part is the plumbing, can we go with 4,000 or is 5,000?
It looks like our yearly trend, we're pretty close. I think anytime we've had major expenses, we come to you
Mhm.
guys and be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
if we have
Yeah.
outside the norm,
Mm-hmm.
Then
Mm-hmm.
so 4,000 would be fine.
it
Because
looks like it
okay.
from what we've done in the prior years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Inmate food. It's tracked right on schedule to stay.
Okay.
Okay,
And food costs have actually gone down.
yeah,
Yeah.
finally.
Yeah, part of that's price depending, and then the number of prisoners we have.
Mhm.
Yeah, if we went down to 30 prisoners, that number would go way down. But
And other jail expense, that's probably something you're gonna have to all go
Yeah.
through.
yep, that's one we'll see if it needs broken out into
Yeah.
other things.
Yeah, we have cleaning and toiletries, access panel, Mike's Welding, kitchen supplies, bags, rolling pins, gloves, etc. Garbage. Oh, the garage door was put in there. That was a big chunk. That was nearly
Yeah,
$4,000.
that was part of the jail.
Yeah,
Maintenance parts and paint, plumbing parts, fasteners, screws, drill bits,
So
etc.
this sheet actually breaks it out for you, Lance, on what's in there, and why.
And
so-
then a computer and phone.
yeah, if you
This
if
is
you
like
guys wouldn't
the
mind getting together on
miscellaneous
that one
part, and then this is
And
stuff that should be
dissecting it.
broken out.
Yeah.
and then see what can be moved to.
Mhm. Yeah, we may have to add some because I don't think the jail has like computer supplies or anything like that, so that's why
Yeah.
it went into other.
Yep,
They don't have
Yeah.
those lines.
probably need a line item there.
Yeah.
We could put it with office.
Computer/office supplies.
I would put computer parts, because I think we replace more of the parts than buying the computers.
Yeah.
So we'll meet on that.
Yeah.
Federal inmate medical, they haven't had anything in there for a couple of years. Kept it at that.
Yeah, that line can go
Be
away.
removed.
Yeah.
The inmate medical expense, I put 96,000.
Yeah, that's. If you look trending, it's definitely going up,
Right,
and the
and
number of inmates going to
the-
hospital has gotten.
And unfortunately, the reimbursements are not nearly that.
Reimbursements?
Don't you get like instant inmate drug prescriptions and prisoner medical visit refunds type thing?
When they have the money for it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
They don't hardly ever.
Yeah, they're
They
all
never have.
indigent, so they don't have to pay. So that's like,
Yeah.
If you were an inmate on a bunch of medications, would you get money on your account so we could take it?
right. Sheriff labor program. You guys had 2. I had 1. But if you don't even think that this year, do we even need that in this one? Being you have it in the sheriff's line?
They don't have sheriff labor.
Yeah,
The-
they have a sheriff labor line.
No, it's not.
Oh,
They have the workman's comp.
oh, yeah.
The sheriff
I like-
labor line's where we actually buy the supplies for the stuff, which.
For them,
Yeah,
do they do cleaning? Is that what you're?
I buy all the garbage bags for sheriff labor, all the.
Oh, is that when they clean the
They clean the-
interstate?
Yeah.
Yes.
I haven't bought
They,
any,
they go out and clean up the county.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's what
yeah.
it's for.
but I know I bought something out of there last year. But
You got a bunch of stuff last year.
yeah, which is weird. It doesn't
shovels,
show out of there.
It probably got coded wrong.
I wonder if it did.
Probably did.
From a different line item.
Yeah, because typically
The
I'll
grabbers.
now when I'll wait till the end of the year, see what I'll go through our sheriff labor inventory. But we buy all new grabbers. We make sure we got enough reflective vests. I buy cases of rubber gloves.
Mhm.
So because people
Yeah.
out there picking up trash, I don't want them touching it.
Yeah.
And then trash bags and all that
Mhm.
stuff. So, but probably doesn't need to be 2,000. I think 1,000 is reasonable.
RMS
Oh, boy.
maintenance, it went up because it's part of that whole with computer arts.
Yep.
So it did go up. Dues, subscriptions, etc. It actually is 200.
Okay.
Printing and binding, I went down to 150. I was trying to save money, guys.
Yeah,
So,
I think a lot of it just depends on if it's a year that we print new jail manuals for the inmates.
oh yeah.
And that's typically, we're probably due for new ones, but you can see like that one year it was $792. It's probably a year we printed all new manuals.
Okay.
They're
Are
definitely
you,
gonna,
do you thinking you're gonna need that
I-
again?
maybe, I think we'll probably get by with like 300 in there. And then if we need to, we'll just print some off by hand and bind them ourselves. Done it in the past.
Uniforms and
And
badges.
again, I'm gonna be the stickler if you get that into two separate line items.
And how much do we have on there for?
So she has 2,000.
So now,
We haven't ever been close to that, but
but is that counting including the vests as well? In that uniforms and badges?
Yes.
Okay. It's good to know the
Yeah.
specifics, you know, going
Yep.
going with the uniforms.
I'm gonna suggest based on history that 2,000 won't cover their expenses.
No.
Everything we keep here, just a reminder, if you start down here and you work up, if we can't save down here, then that drops off
Up
into on your up above.
$2,000 can outfit a fraction of a deputy in detention.
Yeah, I mean, the uniforms and badges, it's never been enough for detention. We've gotten by because we've had vacancies, but,
Hand-me-downs.
Well, and I know when I worked there, it was the top. I was supplied, and I bought my own pants, and I had
yeah,
my own badge. And
we're pretty frugal when it comes to the jail to outfit 11 people or so in full police gear. They don't need quite as much as a patrol deputy. But
So how much are you wanting? Or are you guys requesting it? Is it the 45 or what is everybody agreeing on?
At least the full 45.
I would say the full 45, and we requested it for a reason.
but we also need to split that up
yeah,
because you got the badges up there.
Yeah, there's like,
Yeah.
we hardly buy badges.
So
But even if
I
it's
think
like
fi-
$200 or
Sure.
whatever, just to get
probably
that
500 in the
separated.
badges and then insignia and then
Okay.
then after the first year we'll know where we need to adjust those.
Right.
But
Right.
okay, education and training.
We're lower on the education and training just because we've been short-staffed. We haven't been able to train as much as needed because we don't have the people to cover shifts.
Do you
And
think
less
3,500 covers it, or do you think 4,000 would work? Or?
I think at least 5,000 minimum.
yeah, this year
Especially when we're fully staffed and we can actually get on a training schedule. So a lot of liability in the jail, and just to get specialists in sometimes, that can, to me, it's cost affordable to spend, let's say, $1,000 on somebody to come in to train 8 of our deputies at once, instead of sending one individually for the same amount.
the jail has a lot of mandated trainings. They have to have pre-training. They have to be trained in.
Were we fully staffed in 2023?
Pretty close.
So how about doing 5,000 then?
Yeah, that'll work.
Cause if you were fully staffed, you guys were just
Yeah,
under that.
looks like when we're fully staffed, we're closer to 5.
Okay.
But
Okay.
if we ever get
Okay, jail mental hold. You guys requested 35, I put 45 because that tends to be,
What it really
Closer
is.
to. Mhm.
and then again, small equipment, there was another one of those. I put 1,000 because we had so many different things going on. So.
Could that count batteries under small equipment?
Probably.
I bet you there's some batteries in there. I think that's one we should look at again, just combine other jail expense, all those, and creating a few lines that actually make sense for things.
Right, cause
And we'll
in
just take
small
that one.
equipment, you've got a coffee maker, a microwave, a whiteboard, a laser printer, 6 gym mats, training helmet and shield, helmet, baton holster, stunt cams, and trauma shears times 2. That was in small equipment. And like the coffee maker, was that for your kitchen?
I'd have to
Was it
look.
like one of those big
Coffee maker probably would have been for the inmates.
inmates? Okay.
For the worker inmate. They're the only ones we make coffee for, though. The other inmates gotta buy coffee.
Like a laser printer that could have gone under office. 6 gym mats could have gone to training.
Yeah, those mats were for Archon.
But you're speaking Yiddish.
Archon is
Arrest
defensive
control
tactics.
techniques, yeah, defensive tactics.
So training.
Training, yep.
It could have went, so it still could have went to training?
Yep, probably. Training equipment.
So I think we just, again, I don't know that you need a whole $8,000 because a lot of that stuff could have
So
been
that's-
moved.
Something that, I guess another line that you guys can
We need to
work
meet
to
on that.
dissect and
Okay.
figure out.
Yep.
What are stunt cams? Are those like your body cameras?
cams, yep.
Wow, you were right.
Yeah, that's the name of the company that sells them.
Okay.
Anything further?
Oh, wait.
Is there capital?
19.4, super simple.
Oh,
Oh, that's right.
defense, public defense.
Public defense. I just
And then we gotta do 911. Yep.
took the $55,000. I'll roll it right back into it. Everything that we spend out of here, we typically get reimbursed for.
Okay.
It's not guaranteed reimbursement.
It's not guaranteed.
Okay.
So we went from 75,500 requesting last year to 55,000 for this year.
Okay.
Out of the sheriff's cash, I took 55,000 out of their cash to roll back over for this. So,
Okay.
and then, okay. And then 911. I forgot to print off this. Thing about 911 is it gets zero tax dollars. It absolutely has to fund itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there's no play. I mean, this is what you're going to get, and this is all you get to spend. So when the director of 911 bumps up in pay, like in 22, they had a fair amount of cash left over.
Mm-hmm.
But in 2022, I think he got like he got a lovely bump, and then every bump he's gotten then has now utilized their cash. So there's not much cash left for him.
He hasn't gotten any bumps since 2022.
Is that what it was? I can't. I don't
Yeah,
remember
not-
exactly.
Not since the sheriff and I have taken over.
So we just have to be really careful with this budget because he's quickly not having enough.
You said there's no room for play, but the one room piece there is room for play is taking out the FIBA, which you suggested, correct? So like
What was that?
See if you found
that was your
Yeah.
recommendation, taking
Yeah.
out the FIBA.
Yeah,
Fine.
but he's
All the way at the end.
mine too.
oh, sorry. Need me to wait for you guys?
Nope, I'm ready.
Jeeper creepers, you guys are slow. So, we'll start with that other thing. You, do one of you have your packets that we had when we were doing the health of the county? And I had my worksheets. I gave you guys a copy of my worksheets.
I don't know if I guess.
Would you please and thank you?
I don't know if it has all the pages.
I bet it does. Sorry, I don't want to give incorrect numbers on this. But realistically, it's pretty much the same. Thank you. You're welcome.
Maybe that's the same.
No.
I think that was what if they did a 3% maybe.
So 3% is one.
Revenue. Oh, wait. So it appears that we get about 150 or 156. I wish I had that other paper in front of me in revenue.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think with everything, his expenses, office supplies, I went down to 700. Telephone, I think it went up 100. Telephone maintenance, 0. Drug testing, I put 0. Is that what you guys have? Do I have this? Okay,
Yep.
making sure I'm reading from it. Equipment maintenance, I put 2,500 in there. Hoping he doesn't have to use it. RMS maintenance is a 40,100, which now looking at that, I don't know why we have it twice. I mean, because that's the same exact amount as the telephone. So that makes me question what I was doing.
Yeah.
So I will double check those to make sure I didn't do it twice. Because I very well could have. And then 500 for training. Oh wait, no, dues and subscriptions.
Mm-hmm.
And I think actually it can go down.
400.
I wish I had my other paper.
Yeah, you had 400.
Did I have 400 on there?
In RMS maintenance, you had 13,200, and they had 10,000.
So where did I get these numbers?
And then equipment maintenance, you had 2,500, they had 3,000.
Okay. It means 3, 10, 13. Okay, so the RMS maintenance is because it all went up in that computer arts and all of that. Dues and subscriptions did go down to 400 because they only spend, for him, the 375. And then the training, I kept it at the 8,000, hoping he doesn't spend all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then new equipment and computers and scanners, we kept the same. So that budgets him for about 169,660. So, and he doesn't bring in that amount of money. So everything that he's doing, like using the rest of his cash, but I don't have that in front of me because apparently I was not prepared. My apologies. I have everything. Thought I was.
How much, so you're not sure how much cash you?
No, but I can.
Got 19,000 more a year.
His is mainly based off user fees. So
That's all I get.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if it goes up or down.
And then the
We can-
cities
Pay
pay something to RMS,
ad or whatever.
like 6,000.
Yep,
Right, 6,000 or 6,100. And then
part of their payments for the 911.
and yes, yeah. So which then, because that revenue then left the sheriff's department and was because it was counted over in the sheriff's department, and it has to be counted into his because that's how he survives.
Okay.
I Commissioner Dose, I will get those numbers to you by end of day.
I appreciate it.
Okay. Any other questions?
Overall, no major changes on that one. So
Okay. We don't have anything else to go back to. So any further questions here? Open it up for comment.
Well, I have a question of the starting, but so we're being asked to cut roughly $776,000. How much is the other groups of the county being asked to cut? Do we have those numbers or not?
So current expense, we came down like 200. We went from 4.1 down to 3.8.
And did that affect any actual employees, like employment, like jobs?
They don't have any jobs.
We don't have any. We don't
Jobs or,
mandated.
Yeah,
Every job I have is mandated.
yeah, we're not doubled up on anything. Right.
yeah, I guess where we go from here.
Yeah.
That's all we need to figure out.
Yeah, and dissect those lines and see
Yep.
what you guys come up with there too.
Are we gonna be able to get back in right away, or what do we need to do on that end?
Well, I can tell,
Or is it next
I
week?
can say what has happened is that, our revenue is not, your wages, your matrix, the way it's set up for them, the revenue can't keep up with you. There's just not enough to do. So if you keep the pay matrix the way it is, last year you guys were, I think, 67% of the levy monies. And this year I brought it down to about 57%. Because we have other things, other departments have been going at the bare minimum for so long that now they're actually going to need some of the levy money to get back up to where they are, or where they, they've used all their stuff. They've used, so I don't know what that fix is. Whether if you keep the pay matrix going, then it's not sustainable for all of the people.
And even without switching that, right? Even with the switching the other pay metrics based off what you just suggested, I mean, this is rough math. I could be wrong
Right.
on position. This is suggesting that the commissioners vote to lay off around 4 deputies.
Well, and now that's going to change. That was my first, because
I
I
know it's
started
gonna
at the
change.
bottom and came up. I tried to take everything down below before I ever did a salary or a position or anything, and because it's not my call. But if you continue to have everything down at the bottom, then that means there's going to have to be more cuts up on top.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So it could actually be worse than that. So it could be
Absolutely, that's
5 deputies, 1 dispatcher is
It-
what your recommendations are. I just want to get that.
I don't
roughly.
say
Okay.
positions, I say numbers, because
Right.
I work in numbers.
So we're trying to cut us back to before we ever got anything that Mike Gunderson fought to get us.
It's not that. It's not.
That's what the cuts would be.
It's not
in
that I
effect.
want to by
Right,
any means.
right.
I'm just saying
Mhm.
we don't have it. There is no extra. Even if I gave you all of the revenue sharing, which you guys get 47, we get 53. I can give it all to you, but then that just means you can't go on the levy because I'm going to have to levy for it. It doesn't matter how you split the hair. There's only this much money and we all have to fit into it.
If you look at percentages over the last several years, the other budgets have went up as high a percentage as ours or more.
Every budget has.
Well,
Oh. Not every single one, but for the most part.
current expense
Current
did
expense.
a big jump, and I'm not gonna lie, that's because we had to work on our prosecuting attorneys, because prosecuting attorney is in current expense,
Was that
and
was that the $600,000 increase, or?
yes, they were 43% of our growth since 2023. And now that has been brought up, that has been brought to the attention of our commissioners. So getting that tamed back down. So from 23 to 24, just from the approved budget of 23 to the approved budget of 24, just the wages alone went up 142,000. And then from
That's for
119, 119, 219, 3.
And a
And then
big part of that was adding the courthouse
Court
security
security.
in there. into our budget.
That's 70,000. 40, that's, well, it's 40,000, 42,000. And then from 24 to 25, it went up significantly again. It's outpaced us. It's just outpaced us with the new matrix or the approved matrix. The overall budget from 2023 to 2020 for what your request is only 106,000, but we took 100,000 out of that for the public defense. So it actually is not 100,000. It's 665,232, and that doesn't include anything with the public defense, because the public defense was clear up here and went down, and we no longer get public defense money to support that matrix, and because that would get funneled to you.
That didn't support our matrix.
Well,
in any way,
no,
shape,
but
or form,
it
'cause
funneled
that was
through.
a $300,000 net loss on public defense, so
that
should have been
that last
300,000.
year. It was, yeah. Well, no, because they still had cash left over, Lance.
Yeah, but
that-
they're only bringing in 300,000 in revenue, but the overall budget was over 600,000 in public defense. So
I thought they brought in more.
No.
Okay. So anyways, from 23 to the ask of this year to this year, it's 665,000. We haven't even received that amount of levies in our 3% increase, or to the levies.
Right. So we have a serious problem, because for sure as a county, because we've got an 18% inflation while giving out zero colas well right into this issue as well. So it's a big problem.
yeah, we're without the 3% in there, we're asking for actually less than what we had in 2022.
Well, I
when
think
we
the bottom
took
line
over.
is that we have a lot of employees that haven't seen any pay increase. Law enforcement as a whole is very difficult to recruit people because everybody's fighting for the same people. Pay matrices for law enforcement are the industry standard. The pay that our employees are getting are below the North Idaho average. We're in a position where the commissioners are going to have to prioritize what they feel what's in the public's best interest. As far as law enforcement, you get what you pay for.
Anything further?
Okay.
Public comment? Yeah, I missed it. Are you guys adding the IT into your budget line items?
But we didn't add it in there. It'd be under that DP new development line.
Yeah, I know, because you guys were talking about changing line items, if you guys could be able to see that.
Yeah.
Right.
Doing the work.
Yeah, that's what we'll to separate that stuff out.
And the, buildings and grounds, the janitor, you touched on it, I don't know if I heard you right. Buildings, grounds, the janitor doesn't get, benefits.
Well, the way we had it structured to where the janitor and the part-time cook were both working doing part of both jobs, but I realized there's benefits in both lines now
Okay.
instead of just one or the other.
Right, because there's at least two benefits in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna figure out how to structure that a little better.
And this is Lori, so none of these, budgets have, the 4% added, or they do have them added into the, medical insurance.
No,
The 4%, yeah.
the 4% is added, but not the new state insurance
But
fund
the-
law.
But 4% of the insurance is raising up.
Correct.
All right, last thing I gotta say is that we all knew we had this problem 22-23 budget year. At the end of it, I wish these meetings would have been held then. 22, 23, at the end of 23, 24 budget year, we didn't have anything. 24, 25, it was easier throwing lettuce funding at this problem. And, everybody knew it was kicking the can down the road. I really wishes the meetings would have happened right after you guys found out we were in trouble. Thank you.
As being a Shoshone County resident, it really is upsetting that this budget, when we knew we were having this meeting, there still is, oh, I don't know where that is. I don't know why that's there. That shouldn't have been listed there. I mean, you're playing with a county that's already poor. You're playing with money from people. I mean, we're all residents here. We all know what it's like living here. But there's people that are ready to lose their homes because they can't afford taxes already. That's on them. I get that. But we're trying to draw blood from a turnip when there isn't no more, or there isn't any more to be drawn. And I get what the sheriff is saying. I get what your department is saying. I'm not making light of it. But the fact of the matter is, where is the money going? Transparency is huge. You speak of transparency a lot, Sheriff. But it's like I'm sitting there going, well, I heard Frigidaire was listed like twice or three times. A laser printer for the jail. There's things that I'm hearing and I'm like, okay, I get a printer. I get you need these things, but why is there a Frigidaire? What is the Frigidaire for? What is it? And it's like, oh, I'm just buying things. If I did that with my company and I just threw money out and at the end of the year I looked at it and go, where did that money go? What was that for?
Our swamp cooler was out in the kitchen and it was sweltering hot in there. So I went to the Ace Hardware store and I got a swamp cooler.
Our cook passed out because of the heat.
Okay, that's a valid reason. I'm not dismissing that. It's just from hearing it from a complete layman's point of view, there's all these things being purchased and whatever. Okay, there's reasons for it. I get it. We can all make the reasons. But the fact of the matter is we don't have more money. So unfortunately, we are where we are. It's really sad that the sheriff's department is in the position it's in. You guys have a tough job. I'm not making light of it at all. It's just really hard to hear well, I don't know where that is. I don't know where that came from. Oh, we've got all these line items that, this should have been here. This needs to be organized so this doesn't happen next year. Or next year we can go and, like commissioners were saying, if we list everything under this and we know next year you spent $5,000 on badges and $6,000 on uniforms, great. We know that number now. We need to have a starting point. Right now we have nothing. So it needs to be cleaned up so that this doesn't happen again. From everybody. It's not just your department, it's everybody. So thank you.
All right. Okay.
So trying to figure out, it sounds like you guys are trying to push to around a $5 million budget for the sheriff's office. Is that accurate on your guys? That seems like what you guys are pushing for. So the budget that the clerk just proposed is roughly
Proposed.
Yes, so
Proposed.
but you're cutting to that, so that would mean that leads me to believe you're trying to get to that point.
Well, that's what she's proposed, so that's what we're trying to figure out how we're gonna fit this all in. That's it.
That's what I'm asking you guys. Like, where
We haven't made a decision yet.
That's where I'm asking you right now. Where are you going to? What
I have projected for their revenue about $4.6 million.
We don't make our decisions until we have a public hearing, and then we'll make it.
So
are we cutting or not cutting that? Whose budget are we shooting to meet?
We're looking to see where it's gonna fit. That's
Okay,
basically
so if we
it.
go off the budget that you guys are all trying to cut to, because that's what you entirely did today. You're defunding the sheriff's office over last year around
We're
five.
not
not
defunding.
defunding.
You can't defund what you don't have.
That's right.
Well, you funded 5.5 million, you're cutting to 5 million. That would be $500,000 less than you did last year. That would, in definition, be defunding, because that's less funding than you had the year before.
Defunding is
It's
not
taking
having.
more
Not
money.
giving the funding that you previously gave. That is defunding. I usually gave you 6 million, now you give me 5 million.
well,
That's defunding by $1 million.
Okay.
That is. That's just what it is. You're not funding what you increase. Now, if they ask for more money than they did last year, you didn't give it to them. Okay, that's not defunding them. You're just not funding them for what they want. Now, if you gave them $5.5 million last year, you're only giving them 5. You're defunding by $500,000.
I appreciate the way you're thinking about it, but you also have to remember that just because you got one so much one year. Doesn't guarantee you the same amount for next year.
Exactly, and
It's
I've looked,
projected.
I've looked at the revenue numbers.
So that
And the revenue
is,
numbers that you guys are coming in,
or you could
are
let me
getting
finish,
more
or
money.
you could let me finish. I was very good about letting you, Jamie.
Absolutely.
So the 5.6, we had to split it differently this year. It had to be done. Which then went from their 3.7 that they got last year to, I don't know, 3 something. It's lower. It's lower. Because the money has got to be split differently.
Just for reference, our actual 2024 revenues were 5.9 million of actual, and now we're going all the way down to 4.7. So
Okay, but
Am I allowed to
the
finish now, or are you
4.6
talking?
is what I can say you're gonna get. More likely you're gonna get
So,
this and you're gonna get
Let's,
this.
let's let the public finish this question.
Okay, so if we're gonna go with that route with it, you last year had around, you levied for $433,000 of tax money. Now you're levying $1 million, so you raised your levy rate for the general fund $633,000 and lowering the justice fund $530,000.
Yes.
So that's where you're changing all these things. So actually, you're again lowering, defunding the justice fund again.
No. It appears that way, but you have to understand that the general in current expense 118 general fund is the fund that takes care of all the buildings.
Last year you
So
got 400,000, now you got $1 million. and last
Right,
year they had
because
$1.
we
This-
used,
You
we
need to work
used
this
our,
out with the clerk, because it sounds like you're not understanding.
Well, that's what I was
she's
trying to
understanding.
predict to you guys, enough to have a conversation with me. I was trying to ask you guys the question of what you were doing. It sounds like you're defunding
stepping out.
the justice fund by $500,000.
I don't agree with you. Time's up. I appreciate it. Thank you. And did you have any questions?
Next, what's the next one?